Hello everyone, this is Korith Landwalker, and tonight it's time for another exciting episode of Star Trek Online. Following the saga of the Klingon warrior Zidane. And as you can see in the background there, his ship, a trusty D7 battle cruiser. Still, in my opinion, the best Klingon starship design. Period. I mean, it just looks like a Predator, doesn't it? Last week, we kind of got a little bit of a primer in Klingon mythology. The demon Fakiri are attacking Kronos. They took a shot at the Emperor, well, his clone, the Klingon Kahless, and things may be going towards the surreal shortly. But first, let's take care of some administrivia, shall we? No skill points to deal with. Looks like we took care of that last week. That's a good thing. One less thing to worry about. Traits are still okay. So we're all good as far as that goes. Duty officer assignments. And the reason we do the duty officer assignments is not just because they give some minor rewards, but because they also give XP, and XP is always nice. So we're getting some, got prisoner, got some contraband, another prisoner. We also got some bridge officers coming somewhere along the line in here. White quality. Oh, we got a bridge officer. An Orion science officer. He's blue quality, so we'll have to pay attention to him. More duty officers, all white quality, nothing oops, I spoke too soon. We got a couple green quality guys. But that's okay, I'm not looking for anything special. And I believe I've unlocked the ability to do R&D now. To that end, we're going to take a quick peek. Let's move this guy to the candidate roster. I don't need him filling up an inventory slot. Let's see. Klingon device. I want to know if there's any specific R&D I need to work on. Let's see, this level 10, Admiralty. This level 4 is Marauding. That's for improving batliths, Endeavor missions. Which, if you were to believe what this is telling me, I should start seeing now. Requires level 15. You'll carefully note that I have no Endeavor missions on my screen. Thus, I'm inclined to believe that that is a typo. Wow, who'd have thunk that? Hey, Legend Eternal, how are you doing this evening? Hope things are going well on your end of the monitor there. 15 specialization points. Yeah, it doesn't look like it really matters what I do for R&D. So, being the Klingon sort of fellow I am, we'll put some people onto working on the beams. Oh, and apparently by some people I mean one person. Oh well. Other duty officer assignments. Let's see what we can grab. I can scavenge a mining field. Exploration. Trade. Border and survival. What else we got? Oh, there was more. One of the annoying things about the current map ones is that they don't populate right away. It's always like it has a group there, and then after a moment or two it pops up more missions. Undoubtedly a bug, but it's been there for God knows how many years now. That's clearly not going to change anytime soon. I don't want to be executing any of my duty officers right now because I only have 66. I prefer a substantially larger pool to work with before I start indulging in executions. It'll come. It'll come. Alright, last thing I want to do, let's just take a quick look at the shielding on everybody. It doesn't look like we have to worry too much on improving the shields. Even though Kagan is... well, Kagan could probably use that. Alright, I think that's enough of the administrivia. It's time to get into the blood and guts. The kind of thing you expect from a Klingon. And believe me, when you have an episode titled Afterlife, you can probably be assured of much blood and guts.
I bring word from Emperor Kalis. The Valkyrie are on the move, and he believes an attack on Borat will happen soon. Your orders are to meet the Emperor in the Borat system. Assist him in his efforts to defend that sacred place. Do what needs to be done to defeat the Valkyrie horde. Borat cannot fall.
Well, we've been given the mission. Surely it is one that will bring us glory and honor. And, not to mention the usual trifecta of rewards, dilithium, experience points, and expertise, plus new armor, new personal shielding, and, well, this gets interesting. We've got a choice of consoles or a Batleth reward. Intriguing, isn't it? But I'm pretty happy with the Batleth I've got. The ever-increasing Batleth Estovacor. And thanks to my Klingon recruitment thing, it just gets better and better as we go along. As long as I keep, you know, killing people with it.
Serve the Empire well.
Well, killing people with it, I can do. Let's see, where are we? Oh, jeez, we're like a zillion miles away from Borith. Yeah, ordinarily I'd kind of like to drag this out and go to sector block, and grab the duty officer assignment. I can't do that to you guys. We're just zapping ourselves right there. And here we are, Borith. When Kalis the Unforgettable left his empire, he pointed to a star and announced that he would one day return at that point of light. The Borith system is that star, and in tribute to the promise of Kalis, a monastery there holds a revered order of Klingon monks who keep the memory of the promise alive. So you can see why the Klingons really don't want the Valkyrie to take this planet. Incidentally, this is also the location where the clone of Kalis was created. I guess they were trying to do the self-fulfilling prophecy sort of thing here. Still, he knows what the original Kalis knows, and that's all that matters. And, oh, looks like we got a much bigger ship standing right next to us.
Fleet, the attack has begun. It is good that the Emperor is here, but even his flagship will not last long against that many enemies. We must join the battle at once.
Yes, let's do a quick comparison here, shall we? We have my ship, and we have Kalis' ship. And he's the one who needs help. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing that Zidane is a badass. Let's go in cloaked and prepare to wreak bloody havoc upon our enemies. And now.
your way up.
Really? Start with the small guys?
The victory
Oh, if you
might well.
insist.
Good. I prefer a challenging battle. To me, my warriors, show these demons how a Klingon fights.
Well, that's the goal. Because we are Klingon.
Say that fate is home to cold. The fire of battle always warms the heart.
Nice reference to General Chang from Star Trek VI there. All warriors are cold warriors. Let's use some of my recently acquired bridge officer abilities to throw some boarding shuttles over at that battle cruiser. Maybe they can shut down some subsystems. You know, this probably wouldn't be a bad opportunity to kind of explain a little bit of some of the bridge officer abilities. Your bridge officers give you access to all sorts of abilities in the game. Science officers have their abilities, tactical officers, so on and so forth. So Thrak here gives me access to a tractor beam, which is pretty self-explanatory, and a science team, which can cleanse off science debuffs and help my shielding. Valera is giving me a tactical team, which allows me to automatically distribute my shields, which I'm using right now. Kagan here is giving me high-yield torpedoes and a skill that I cannot use at all because it involves using cannon weapons, whereas I'm using beam weapons. Hey, I will bring my hammerhead! Hey, Javier, how you doing? Hope life is going well on your end of the monitor here. I think a hammerhead would probably be a little outmatched in some of the fights that go on in this game because I'm relatively sure that some of these ships are bigger. All that said, however, the more fun the merrier. After all, we got Klingon birds of prey that are active that can kick butt, so certainly a Star Citizen Hammerhead would be able to do the job just as well. Over on the engineering side, I've got an engineering team which does hull heals and buffs engineering stuff, cleanses engineering damage. And the boarding party here, which basically takes a bunch of shuttles and attempts to board the enemy ship and damage subsystems, like their access to weapon systems or shielding, engines. It's random. Finally, we've got the science team. Again, it's a different variety of science team. And over here we have the tractor beam repulsors, which are going to do exactly what it says on the tin. Once they get too close, they will be pushed away. Of course, it doesn't look like they're going to get close enough by the time I kill them. Hey, nobody's perfect. Buccaneer, hashtag Drake forever. I don't think so. Fighter craft are something that gets very unrepresented in the Star Trek genre. The only time you've really seen anything resembling a fighter craft in Star Trek in Star Trek, as far as the TV shows or the movies, has been either with shuttlecraft or in background battle scenes in the DS9 show. And their usual purpose was to fly in and get blown up. Firecraft, as a general rule, didn't do all that well. My bot is still angry at hashtags. No, 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 no. I don't. It's not the hashtags it doesn't like. Just that specific hashtag. I really should do something about that one day. Ferranged red knots. That sounds like a... Oh, uh-oh. All those mines are after me. Well, the good news is those mines don't seem to have caused me as much damage as I was worried about. I was convinced those mines were going to tear me a new one. Okay, they actually are still tearing me a new one. Oh, that dreadnought is tough. It's not even being pushed away by my tracker repellers. Now up here I've got some intelligence abilities because the battle cruiser I'm in is an intelligence battle cruiser, and the explanation will have to wait for another time. Discrimination bot. Well, it looks like it's time to go face these guys hand to hand.
The monks have transmitted safe landing zone coordinates to us. We can beam down whenever you are ready.
Oh, I'm ready now. Going through our cast list, we have Balera, my tactical genius. Thrak, my doctor. Yes, he's a lizard. Let's don't ask him to do limb replacements. Siege, my science officer, and recent addition, Valkrov, is my engineer. Let's go down and see what we can do for the monks of Borth.
My blood boils at the thought of Fakiri desecration. It must be avenged.
Yes, they will all die for this.
Come, Tanavik awaits. We may have insight into the goals of the Fakiri. I would know the enemy's mind before I meet them in battle like that. Knowledge, after all, is power.
Best one to grow on.
Come on. I have been expecting
you. You know me?
We know a great many things. Time is malleable here. I've seen this before. Our meeting was inevitable.
Wait, I think I know how this goes. All of this has happened before, and all of this will happen again. Wait, I'm sorry. That's wrong setting. Sorry. I get so mixed up sometimes.
You must travel with the Emperor to the Shrine of Kailash. The Fakiri seek to do the same. We believe they intend to conduct a foul ritual there. We must prevent that from happening.
Oh, you can count on that.
We will stop the demons. Put an end to their desecration of this sacred place.
Get ready for battle! Now, I'd like to take a moment to point something out that is a recent change to the game here, and I'll undoubtedly make use of it at some point once I get back to Kronos and find out where they're hiding. But they've recently made a change where your armor area is now also associated with an EV suit, an extravehicular activity suit. This is a big deal because in missions that required that kind of suit, originally back until like yesterday or day before yesterday, I lose track. Until this week, you would have to go into your inventory, take the suits, put them, basically replace your armor with the EV suits. Now you can do this well in advance. They're not taking up slots in your inventory, and these exist for your bridge officers as well. So this is a big deal. That's multiple slots in your inventory, at least 5 slots in your inventory being saved just like that. Now, admittedly, it means very little right now because I'm not doing any missions that require me to go EVA. But the time will come, and I plan to be ready for it. In the meantime, however, it's time to be ready for something else. Carnage awaits! Oh, and look, they're right here waiting for us. I wonder if Klingons have a holiday like Christmas. Okay, technically I guess they have the Day of Honor, but That doesn't feel like Christmas to me. Of course, another saying comes to mind. If you love your job, you never have to work a day in your life. Well, I love killing demons, so... Clearly, it's a good day to be Zidane. And incidentally, for those who are curious as to why I am basically going into a blaster fight with Batleth, it has a lot to do with the fact that one of the Klingon recruitment rewards is based on the number of melee kills I make. Therefore, I am highly motivated to attack and slay the enemy with melee weapons. Specifically, the Batleth I'm flailing around.
You will find the shrine to the west. Be ready to fight. There are more Tekiri about.
Oh, that's okay. That means there's more for us to take out. Die, evil scumbag demon things. Oh. Oh, so many of the targets, so little time. Ah, Tanavik, you kill stealer. Oh, there's another one. There was another one. And did more of them go back here? No, there are people. I think Tanavik is trying to go aggro the guys further up the hallway. Yep, I know I didn't kill that guy.
It's just that this is where the Tekiri are concentrating their efforts.
Not for long. Hey, look! It's the doors ajar!
At my blade!
Yo, Dajar! I didn't kill you sufficiently last time, so I gotta do it again. He's been kind of our nemesis in this arc. And, you know, I would feel bad if I didn't take the opportunity to carve him a new one. Bye, Dajar! It was nice knowing you.
John has paid the price for his crime.
Okay, to be honest, I was kind of lying. It wasn't really nice knowing him. It was nice killing him off, though. Okay, Kalis, what's next?
Behold my blade once more. Ah, it is a great victory indeed. We must meditate. I will guide you. Together, we will go beyond. I will guard you.
You know, it seems like they're cutting off half the dialogue there. They're interrupting themselves. And considering that this mission was only recently remastered, like, what, a year ago, maybe? At most? Come on, Cryptic. You can do better than this. Ah well, what do you expect from a game that's over a decade old anyway?
Listen. Hear the call of our ancestors. Heed the voices of those who have gone before us.
Groovy.
It is to be expected. Steel yourself. We are going to the darkest place a Klingon can go. The depths of Gre'thor. There,
Wait, what?
we must stop Molor and his hordes before they come forth to raise the land of the living.
Hey, when they told me to go to Gre'thor, I didn't think it was going to be literal.
Warrior, heed me now. The time has come at last. Go boldly, fear nothing, and prepare yourself for the descent. Prepare for the final steps of your journey to Gre'thor.
Well, fine. If I'm going to be going to Klingon Hell, I might as well just carve my way through it. they'll wish I'd stayed back here in the realm of the physical. Or, to put it in a more childlike manner, they'll be sorry. Of course, I'm kind of sorry that we have a slow loading screen rolling right now. The story of our lives. Ah, there we go. Bards of the Dead.
Ready your weapon. The ferryman approaches, and his mood is foul indeed. He may seek a toll. Pain in blood. Show him who you are. Show him that you are Klingon.
Gotta love that man's motivational speaking skills.
This is a place for the dead. Leave now, or you will join them.
I'm going to say no. Okay, ferryman. You had your chance.
You went silent. Speak. Why are you here?
Well, you know, some of the folks over in Gre'thor are kind of making a hassle of things over at Kronos, and we thought we'd come over and have a chat.
It is not your time. You do not belong in this place.
Who exactly are you? I mean, besides the ferryman, that's obvious.
I am FotR. I am the first Klingon. In my time, I was a powerful warrior. The gods grew jealous of my might and scorned me. I could not allow this insult to pass, so I killed them all in battle.
Isn't that the most Klingon thing right there?
I must spend eternity here as master of this vessel.
Don't make me get you, legend. You gotta respect a Klingon who basically killed off the Klingon gods. This is why the Klingons don't really have too much in the way of religion involving deities and all that. They found that they were too more trouble than they were worth and killed them off. Of course, as I recall correctly, it was kind of a two-person affair. I'm pretty sure that there was the wife Klingon, or the female Klingon, or the first female Klingon, was also somewhat involved.
It is not your time. You do not belong in this place.
We need to have a chat with Molor. You got a problem with that?
I have heard rumblings from Gre'thor, tales of Molor's plans to overthrow FotR and invade the realm of the living. This cannot be allowed. If you aim to stop Molor, I will help you.
Okay, now we're on the same page.
I will take you to Gre'thor. It is not a quick voyage, however. If you want to get there faster, you'll need to convince the rowers to put their backs into it.
Well, it's not like I can threaten them with death because, well, technically speaking, they're already all dead. Well, it's never easy. Well, and who do we have here to start? Sigyn, the son of Torg. For those who might be coming in late, Sigyn, well, more accurately, Torg and his house were basically treasonous scum. They kind of killed off the grandson of Martok. So Cirilla and Worf kind of encouraged us to attack Torg's stronghold and kill off his son, Sigyn. And looks like he wasn't exactly worthy. Big shock here.
It's you, the filthy tongue-cat who had the treacherous attack on my house. And you are punished for the dishonor of your house. Perhaps there is some justice in the galaxy after all.
Sigyn, I got some bad news for you. I'm still alive.
Alive! No one can leave this place, least of all a FotR. You. Tell me, how did you die? Did my father kill you? I wouldn't let my touch your ally. If only I could have seen you fall, and the glory that came to House Thor when my father's vision was realized.
Now, this is kind of a tough one. On the one hand, I really want to smack the smug out of him by telling him the truth. On the other hand, that's probably not going to motivate him. And we kind of need to get these guys motivated. So let's see if he'll listen to an appeal to his... this might be a lost cause, but an appeal to his honor. Kalis and I are here for the Empire, and the Emperor requests your aid.
Emperor. Caleb was not standing. You were not. Word. Ah! I don't have to like it, but I will fight for you. And now,
That's good enough for me. So we've gotten 5 rowers back in action. That's great. Let's see who we have to talk to over here. Warden Kratak. Hey, Warden Kratak. Once again, we're getting a look at our past here. Warden Kratak was the warden at Rura Pente who tried to stick it to us. Again, related to the Torg conspiracy. And we kind of ended up killing him by a barrage of torpedoes from, let's just say, an atmospheric entry and leave it at that. Let's see what he has to say.
You! It seems my sufferings to begin early. Though I suppose there is cold comfort in knowing we are both prisoners now.
Yeah, I seem to recall you selling out, which is the reason why you ended up here.
What brought me here was a barrage of fire from your vessel. I
Yes.
should have fed you to the jackal mastiffs when I had the chance. Perhaps we can find something to feed you to when we reach Gre'thor.
Got bad news for you, Warden Kratak. I'm not a prisoner. But we have a once-in-a-lifetime... Okay, maybe lifetime is the wrong term. Once-in-a-death offer. If you help me out here with Emperor Kalis over here, you might be able to get just a wee bit of honor back. Who knows? Maybe we even wind up in Stovokor.
Once I was an honorable man for giving into my greed. Once I would know of honor one last time. I will follow your lead.
Well, that's another 5. 5 more to go. Hey, I still had seen the series. Well, you know, yeah, The Barge of the Dead was an episode on Star Trek Voyager, and this is indeed the very same barge, although obviously not the exact same journey that it was on. And we have one more group to chat with, and yep, just the kind of guy I was expecting. Captain Jerlek. He was the very first opponent that I killed off with this character. Unless you count holograms, I guess. Or, I guess, Federation crew. You know what? Doesn't matter. The point is, he was a traitor, sold out to the Federation. He killed the second in command of the ship when she challenged him, which led to me challenging him as third in command and taking over. Jerlek is not going to be happy to see me.
The traitor took my command and my life. Come to grow, have you? Your treacherous ways continued after my death, it seems. Why else would you be here, bound for Gre'thor?
Treacherous. That must be why I'm traveling with Emperor Kalis over here. You might know the guy, you know, the epitome of Klingon honor.
I do not call that thing that looks like Kalis, and I do not honor you. Or the
Well, this explains why he's still here.
Were it not for you and the Empire, I would have been able to quietly retire and live a long, prosperous life.
Yeah, and you know what? You just still ended up coming here on the barge. We just got you here sooner.
Save your preaching for someone who finds value in your word. Begone! Leave me to my misery.
Hey, I have an offer for you instead. Help row the boat faster, get us to Gre'thor faster, and remember what it is to be Klingon.
I accept your challenge. I will prove myself to you, just to see the look on your face when I do.
I'm sure you will impress me, Jurlik. Of course, that's probably because the bar I've set for you is so damned low.
So, one of those pathetic drakes still has a spine.
Oh, do we still have someone else here?
Bring that spine of yours into battle, that I may break it like a twig.
Okay, time. Looks like we got to take care of one more annoyance.
So you will end up
I don't think so.
Your suffering will begin long before you reach the halls of Gre'thor.
Don't get the hopes up. Come get some. You know, the hazards of me taking on the biggest, baddest guy here is that when I do so, I'm missing the opportunity to get more kills with the Batleth. But what kind of Klingon would I be if I ignored the biggest, baddest guy here?
Glorious! Such is the fate of all Fikiri who challenge a true Klingon warrior. And behold, we approach our destination, where our greatest challenge awaits. Are you ready,
Now those are motivated rowers.
Shall we storm the gates of Gre'thor?
Oh yes! Let's do this.
There, do you see? The Lord of Gre'thor has sent a horde of Fikiri to block your entry. You will have to fight to walk through those gates. Go! Show them what you are made of. Earn glory for you and your house.
Well, who can argue with a statement like that? And look, everybody's here to help fight, too. If we had a bit more people here, this would be worthy of Lord of the Rings. However, I'm pretty sure that too large of a ground battle would probably break the game engine. Then again, they do some pretty good stuff with space battles. I don't see any reason why they couldn't do it with ground battles, too.
I'm not Fikiri. Who am I to stop a fool from fighting? The Fikiri will want to stop me. Keep them busy if you want to go in.
Well, looks like Jurlik's found a spine. Alright, everybody. Unfortunately, this is another one of those situations where you have to try to prevent the guy who's doing something from being hurt. And he'll whine and complain about it endlessly if he even gets scratched, so... That said, he is seeming to be doing a good job on not being scratched yet. Maybe this will work out better than usual. I see you, Slave Master. I love it when you can vaporize somebody with a melee weapon. Oh, it sounds like Jurlik has indeed remembered what it is to be a Klingon warrior. Will it be enough to earn him a spot in Stovall? Probably not. But it can't hurt his chances. Oh look, they're going to bathe in my blood. I think you have that backwards. There will be blood, but it will not be mine. Although I guess if they're a demon, wouldn't that kind of be more of an ichor kind of thing? Okay, we seem to have cleaned out the room 1.
The halls of Gre'thor, the fortress of the damned, and the fallen are brought into the service of Lord Fekla. Recall the ferryman's rule. Expect to meet 3 champions of evil: cowardice, dishonor, and treachery. Now, I look forward to crushing them with you in glorious battle.
Well, you know, vanquishing that kind of thing, that is right up my alley. And it looks like we got somebody toasting the fire down here. Well, his tough luck. He undoubtedly deserved for being a dishonorable Klingon. more Fakiri.
Perhaps that specter will offer guidance.
Spectre? What Spectre?
Everyone here is fallen in some fashion.
That's okay. I am more than happy to make them fall harder. Hi, Slave Master. Bye, Slave Master. Oh, someone over here? It's like somebody's stuck in a wall. Well, we'll have to let them work it out. The Spectre of Treachery. I'm sure this guy is going to be incredibly trustworthy. I'm still being whacked on by somebody behind a wall. Let's see if we can kind of encourage him to come out by moving everybody as far away as possible. And I'm going to hide behind this pillar and encourage whatever it is to come out, come out. Okay, well, you know what? We'll just have to content myself with trying to talk to this guy out of the line of fire.
Another warrior has come to challenge Gre'thor in hopes of wresting honor from the dead. There is no honor here, Dexter, and no escape. Not without a price.
Oh, I just want to point out. Look at this guy's back. Do you think he's been backstabbed a few times? I mean, ouch. I'm here for battle, not haggling. Spit it out.
This is the specter of treachery, an avatar of lies and deceit. The blade in the back.
Multiple blades from the looks of it.
Never kept. Be careful of your dealings.
So, treachery. Why should I think that you're not going to betray me at the first opportunity, seeing that it's literally your name?
I reside in this place. I know its ways. Without my help, you will be lost here, or return to the land of the living. In either case, you will fail. You will never succeed in your goal. But I will help you. If you will help me.
Boy, you sound like a Ferengi. Why don't you say what you want?
Not far from here, you will find two other specters. Dishonor and cowardice. I grow tired of their will and their schemes. Destroy them, hunt them, and defeat them in battle. Do so, and I shall open the way forward to you.
Well, it was always sounding like I'd have to deal with him anyway, so sure.
To one side you will find the steps that descend to dishonor, the lower steps to which a Klingon may sink. To the other, the maze of cowardice, in which warriors become lost. Go, hunt and destroy those specters, and we shall have a fun.
Alright, I will destroy them. And then I will return for you. You see, it's all in how you say it. So I guess we're going into cowardice first. I guess I could have gone either way, but mazes tend to be a little interesting. Light brazier. Okay, well I think I can see a little of how this is going to work here. And, well, I guess it's not exactly surprising, but it's kind of disappointing that cowardice is kind of cringing. I'm not horribly impressed.
The shadow of fear. And the dark and closes you. I am the doubt that forces you to flee. I am the anguish of the damned who die in their beds. I am cowardice. Look upon me and tremble.
You know, I don't know if I would be so quick to brag about being cowardice. Just saying.
If you think I'm gonna steal in your soul to survive, challenge me and face your destiny.
Okay, I do requests.
Daruk, a coward. Once charged with defending Borat, he fled from glorious battle with the herd.
Oh, you know him.
Men killed him for it. And now he haunts Gre'thor for eternity. Prepared for the chase. In the end, a coward always runs from battle.
That doesn't shock me. Here, let me give you a taste of a batleth from Stovokor. Well, maybe it's not from Stovokor. I'm not entirely sure where my batleth came from. Run, coward! Run! In fact, if you want to run so badly, here, let me throw some other gifts your way.
Cowardice flees into the dark.
Okay, well apparently he hits pretty hard too.
To hunt him down and finish him.
Oh yeah, I never... No wonder things went so badly. I never told my people to follow me. It was just me and Kalis. Oops. So many people know you should do what I mean, not what I say. Okay, open sesame. Well, it looks like we have surprises inside here. Okay, first we'll light the brazier. And... no, we'll leave the door open. I was tempted to close the door behind me and try to cut off any... yeah, I will close the door behind us. Let's cut off the retreat of cowardice. And let's go forth into the dark. And we'll light the way as we go so we know where we've been and where we're going. Oh, I hear weapons fire. The Kalis... where's Kalis? Ah, fine. The Emperor apparently doesn't want to follow my lead, which I guess is not surprising since he is the Klingon Emperor, but still. Come on, man. If you expect me to help you out, help me help you. If nothing else, these braziers will make a handy way of telling where I've gone so far and where else I need to go. I'm going to leave that door closed for now. I want to tag everything that doesn't require me to open a door as much as possible. Bye, Hordling. Guys? There we are. Bridge officers. You tell them to go in a direction, and what do they do? Okay, but... oh. Was that you shooting me, Kate? And where are my bridge officers? Oh, for heaven's sake. My best guess is they're so thrown by being here in Gre'thor that it's confusing them. Cowardice! What luck! Here, let me light things up for you. Oh, not good, not good. Where's my med kits? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that he ran. You know, cowardice. Akui, hey, how are you doing? Stopping by for a lurk? Good luck with the stream. Also sounds like low game audio. Yeah, I've got the game audio a little bit lower than... If I have it too high, people can't really hear me. Especially when the big battles in space start going on. You got lots of explosions and all that. Still, let me bump it up a little bit and we'll see how that works out. So, let's see. We'll lop it up to here. Not there. Okay, fine, we'll do it there. And hopefully that'll sound a little bit better as we go along. We'll find out. Dealing with the audio is probably the roughest part about doing these streams half the time, I swear. Can't find the perfect balance. Light it up. And looks like we've got everything accounted for here. But obviously there are still places to go. Targ of Gre'thor. Well, I gotta say, I'm intrigued. Let me light up the brazier here. I don't know if that'll actually help or not, but it couldn't hurt. That'll teach them. Targs. And another switch. And this area is all lit up, so obviously I've already been this way. So let's hang a left. Because it looks like there's something this way that I might have missed. Either that or it's, you know... Well, no, it's kind of empty too. Alright, I guess it's time to follow the lit braziers until I see a direction that is not lit up, and then we'll go into the dark. Ooh, scary, scary dark. That was good. Ooh, a hordling. And it looks dark in that direction, which means this must be the right way to go. Oh, this must have been the way I was going before Kalis kind of dragged me into a new direction. We're running out of places to hide, coward. In fact, I have a sneaking feeling that if I go to that door, it will be the end of the line for cowardice. First, though, light up brazier. Hello, coward. There you are. Let's light things up here. And while we're at it, let's light this up too. Then we'll proceed to kick your butt. Fall, coward! Fall! Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Cowardice is banished. Now we must find and defeat dishonor.
Yeah, even in a place like this, there is no place for cowards to hide. Yeah, you tell them. And I think we have a couple more Fakiri hiding around here. Nope. Must be artifacts of... Oh, dead bodies. Yeah, that would also be a good reason. So, now it is time to slay dishonor. I can work with that. Everybody out? Good. Let's close the door there. Just in case. Now, through this door should be dishonor. Oh, is there something jumping out of this here? Or are they just shooting at things around? Oh, no, we do have hostiles. How about that? There. Now we can get on to business. Prioritize, people. Well, this is not the environment I expected to see. Take out more hordlings. Hey, every melee kill is another step towards improving my weapon. And there he is. Dishonor. I'm going to take a great deal of personal pleasure in dealing with you.
I am a failure, and I am regret. I am the challenge not given. I am the falsehoods that drip from your tongue like poisoned honey. I am the insult accepted without response, and the warrior who dies in captivity. I am dishonor. Know me, and surrender your spirit to despair.
Nah, I don't think so.
Face me like a true warrior, or experience speed.
You cannot harm him. He has no honor. His might comes from those he torments within this chamber. Free his captives. Without their power, dishonor will be vulnerable to defeat. Then, the damned may have their revenge.
Well, you know, that does appeal to me, so...
You cannot harm him. He has no honor.
Yes, yes, I caught that part. And I see that these guys are entombed, so we're going to start breaking windows.
His hold is weakening. I need to defeat him.
Priorities, priorities, priorities. Got a couple more over here. Wonder how many of these guys I have to free. Well, I'm sure the answer is all of them, but I'm kind of hoping for something a little more concrete. No, I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be going up there, so... We're running out of potential locations for him to be. I'm not seeing any more frozen bits. Is Dishonor actually even being hurt at the moment? Yes, he is. So, you know what? I'd feel bad if I didn't take the final blows on him. And nice drops, too. And if we can take out the rest of these hordlings... Oh, did we miss somebody?
With the specters of cowardice and dishonor defeated, we must return and deal with treachery. You ready for the sudden but inevitable betrayal?
Hey, I was going to say something like that. Clearly, Kalis is a brown coat. He will fall like the others. He may like to stab me in the back, but I plan to stab him in the front. Hi, Treachery. Guess whose turn it is?
Behold the triumphant heroes! You have done well. Both of my pathetic rivals have been dispatched, and I stand alone. I suppose it is time for me to uphold my end of the bargain.
But you're not gonna, are you?
I'm afraid not. By the look on your face, I wager that you were expecting this outcome. I mean, it's not like I am the avatar of honesty, is it?
I give him props for that admission.
Come on then. Let us be done with it. Only one of us will move on from here. I must say, I don't like your chances.
Oh, I don't know. I love my chances. Oh, good. And you have treacherous Klingons to help. That means more people for me to take out. And let's use a couple of those captain abilities I've got to work with here. Anything to make his life rougher, mine easier, and more importantly, a chance to stick more of those blades in his back a little deeper. Oh, Valkyra certainly got aggro. What did she do? Not that it matters, because treachery has been beaten like a drum.
The three specters are defeated. Now all that lies before us is the final challenge. The last enemy. The one you came here to face. I know him well, for he vexed me greatly so many years ago. He is my greatest rival, my deadliest foe.
Molor.
Indeed. I thought myself rid of him when I buried my mighty blade deep in his chest. And yet, his evil remains within this place. Come, Fred. Once more, let us go into glorious battle together. Let us be the end of Molor.
Between you and me, Emperor Kalis, he does not even have a chance. But it looks like we have to go up the stairs first. Waxing the floors, buddy? Again, the inverted Klingon symbol. Definitely the sign that, yeah, we are the anti-Klingons. You know, somehow I was expecting more.
And so you come at last.
Ooh,
Into these halls,
those fire targets back.
scattering the dregs of the afterlife, leaving them broken in your wake. You are strong indeed. You have my hated nemesis at your side. But it will not be enough. For here I am superior. There will be no victory for you here.
Keep on telling yourself that. You may even come to believe it.
Am I? Even now my heroes spread chaos and death throughout the stars. Soon there will be an ocean of blood, and there will be nothing to stop me from returning to the land of the living. If that feckless clone can walk the sacred ground of Kronos again, so too shall Molor!
I can't think of a comment better than the one they're supplying. Now, as in the ancient times, you are unworthy.
Bold words, but hollow. Soon it will be Kalis who will dwell here for eternity. Here he shall burn, while I sack and pillage his pathetic empire. But he will not suffer alone. You too will dwell within these halls with your beloved emperor. Two lost souls screaming into the void, while I, Molor, shall reign supreme for 1,000 years.
Yeah. As oddly appropriate as it may sound, over my dead body. Come on, Molor. Show me what you've got. What? Can the mighty Molor be knocked down just like any other warrior? Then perhaps the mighty Molor is just a man. And now, not only do you have to deal with me... Oh man, I think he just leveled up. Yeah, there are a lot of things I plan to see before I die, and your face is not going to be one of them. Sucks to be you, Molor. Sucks to be you. Ooh.
How can this be? Within these halls, I am invincible! Unless... No, it cannot be! Theklar has forsaken me! I am betrayed!
Gosh, if only there weren't a devil in every culture known to be completely and utterly untrustworthy. Who knew?
Revel while you can, worm. For one day, I will rule Gre'thor. I will open the gates wide and send every misbegotten soul within to lay waste to the Klingon Empire. So swears Molor!
Yeah, you... Good luck with that.
At last it is done. Molor has been defeated once more. And without him, the Fakiri will slink back into the darkest corners of the galaxy.
Until next time.
Yes, and if they should ever return to offer challenge, let us hope that warriors of the Empire, such as we, stand ready to vanquish them once again. Come, warrior. The time has come to return to Borath.
Do we have a return ticket with the ferryman? Nope, we get to wait just to wake up. Oh, Kagran's here. I almost forgot about you. What's up?
You look like a warrior with a tale to tell. I look forward to hearing it soon, over some blood wine.
Oh, there will be songs to tell, deeds to speak of.
You'll be happy to know that the demons have quit the field. The monastery is secure once more.
Excellent work, Kagran. You are the man. Let's have a chat with Tanavik.
It is as we have foreseen. The Fakiri are defeated, and it will be some time before they return.
Yeah, but what exactly were we actually...
That is a matter of perspective. To Kagran, a foul enemy invaded this sacred place, and with great effort, they were defeated. For you, for Kylos, a great journey, battles worthy of song and legend. Was it real? Was it a dream? Who is to say? In the end, Borath is secure once again.
So you're saying that these events relied greatly on a certain point of view? Nope. Wrong setting. I'm not doing it again. I'm stopping now.
Time is a riddle. If my answers are unclear, it is because this matter is as much myth and symbol from the Fikiri, side by side with the Emperor.
Well, thanks for your help, Tanavik. And now, Kalis.
Kapla, I see the change in your heart. You have faced the champions of Gre'thor and lived to tell the tale.
But, you were there. Let me check. My character name is not Dorothy.
Guidance is but the beginning in battle. Knowing how to follow it, to use it to claim victory, that is the mark of a true warrior. I see that in you. Truly, you are one of the greatest warriors of your age.
Oh, too much honor. Too much honor. We're ready to leave. Let's beam back up to the ship. The Fikiri have fallen, and good riddance to them. Let's let the Chancellor know the good news.
You have done much for the Empire this day. You fought at the side of the Emperor himself and defeated one of our greatest enemies. Honor to you and your house, warrior. As for the Fikiri, we have much to learn about them. Know that I have tasked some of our greatest minds with solving the riddle of these so-called demons. They may strike again, and the Empire must be ready. But there is one thing we do know. They can be defeated. Should they crawl forth from whatever pit they dwell in to attack us again, I will call on you to meet them in glorious battle. Kapla!
I'm sure that we'll never have to encounter them again. Sorry, I can't help foreshadowing sometimes. Okay, I got a choice of rewards here. To make the choice proper, I need to see what kind of consoles I'm working with here. They're all tactical consoles. I have a Mark II disruptor damage. I'm pretty sure I'm using all beam weapons. I am. Or I can do the Batleth. Decisions. If I did not have this already kick butt Batleth, I would have gone with the one being offered. But instead,
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
so first let's replace my old worn out disruptor buffer there. Then I'm going to slap on the superior shielding. Oh, is it superior? Well, it's not really. It's superior enough. Certainly the armor is... Okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to do that one. We'll give Balara... Let's see. Valkrov is good. Oh, Thrak. Okay, Thrak needs the upgrade. What about shields? I think Thrak is going to be needing the shields too. Which makes a certain amount of sense. So kind of like my doctor here, to actually be able to survive long enough to help me out. Let's upgrade his weapons too. And as for some of the other stuff, we'll move Chagrin with a better shield. Why not? Weaponry, we're pretty okay on weaponry for the moment. I mean, they could be better, but gonna need to get rid of some of this stuff too. Ooh, Siege could use better armor. Let's do that. Hop over to Salah. Nothing much else I can do with that. And looking at my inventory, I'm probably going to need to start selling some of this stuff. But before we go into that step, I've got a skill point to spend. Jeez, decisions. Yeah, we're going to grab the impulse expertise because I mentioned on a previous stream that turn rate is the king here, and impulse expertise will help that. So for the first time, I put a point in something that's not a tactical skill. Hey, I was going to run out sooner or later. I see I have a couple duty officer assignments that I've completed, so let's lop them off. Maybe they'll get me another level. Okay, maybe not. Are there any duty officer missions available here? No, there are not. Personal ones? Martial art expedition, we can do that. Settle to get Gach. Good, I think that would be a good idea too. And just for the giggles, let's see if I have any marauding assignments available. Ooh, I do have a couple. Up. Apparently I don't. Oh. Ah, I hate it when that happens. It added more missions and I clicked on it just as it was refreshing. They're messing with my head. But primarily, I wanted to grab a couple of these because I do have a Klingon recruitment thing that will kick in if I can get my Marauder rating here all the way to 4. But as you can see, I've got a long way to go. While we're here, let's open up the Klingon receiver and see if anything is opened up here. Sadly, I'm still a little short on my kill list. I've got another 55 people to kill before I can unlock the Warrior's Blood trait. We'll get there. 36 kills to get my console reward here. No real hurry on that one. Oh, somewhere along the line I forgot to pick up my last 2 Slay Enemies of the Empire. But as they're going to give me pieces of equipment, I'm going to hold off on them until I get to the commander level. I mean, why not take advantage of the fact that... Oh, what's this one though? This one will give me dilithium, lots of credits, and equipment. Yeah, we're going to hold off on that too. So I don't have any... I've killed off all the enemies of the Empire that was going to be pointed out by my mysterious benefactor. And, most importantly, we have completed the Fakiri Return arc, which will allow me to pick up, well, some more equipment. Yeah, I'll open this one now. Why not? And I've gotten... Oh, seriously? Seriously, they gave me 2 deflector arrays? Seriously? Come on, man. I only needed 1 of them. 2 arrays? Fine. Frassum. Right, I do have another disruptor here, and I'm going to use that to replace the aft weapon there. And that way I can have all the pew-pew versions of the disruptors as opposed to the beams. I mean, they're beams, but they're pew-pew, so... Hey, it is what it is, right? Let's see. Starship control expertise, could care less. Drain, could care less. What about this one? Is this one any better? Hull capacity, yeah. Expertise, no. Drain. You know what? I don't actually like any of those things. So we'll be selling those. No, that did me a lot of good, didn't it? So, with all that administrative out of the way, let's see what's next on our list.
The Romulans researched Borg technology at a base known as the Vault. The Vault was abandoned in the chaos after the destruction of the Romulan homeworld. We sent a group of scout ships into the region a few years later, but they were lost in an ambush by an unknown vessel. Since then, we have been monitoring the region for signs of activity. Long-range sensors have detected energy spikes in the Hakona system, and Klingon intelligence believes that someone is bringing the Vault back online.
I want you to find out who. I also want to know if there is any Borg technology or restricted weaponry on that base. Good luck, and good hunting.
Now, it's worth mentioning that I'm not 100% sure of this because, you know, I'm a little fuzzy on the lore in this particular part of the game. But I'm pretty sure that the vault is where a certain Romulan named Nero had been captured, and where he managed to work, well, was it the vault? Or maybe that was the place where he'd picked up the ship that allowed him to survive a trip in time that eventually spawned the Kelvin timeline. I think. Not 100% sure on that. So, we gotta go over to speak with Vishka, and then we're going to be doing shuttlecraft work. Or a fighter, in my case. I think it's a fighter. What did I take as my small... And anyway, we have the expertise. We have the experience points. We've got a warp core, a science console, a consumable scorpion fighter item, and dilithium. All good stuff. But first, I need to go to Kronos, because it says so. And that's good, because I wanted to go to Kronos anyway for a wide assortment of reasons, not the least of which is selling off some of the stuff in my inventory. But first we'll have a chat with Temek's second in command. Man, I love the D7 design. I will never get tired of it. I mean, it just looks like a Predator. Beam to First City. Oh, right. As I recall, we need to go to the Great Hall to have our conversation. And there's Temek, and here's Vishka, who is going to give me some background. Our long-range sensors have only picked up limited information about this mysterious vault station. Based on our scans, it's a massive starbase, and a small ship, like a fighter or shuttle, could easily slip into the maintenance areas and possibly some of the interior. Since Romulans excel at cloaking technology, Command has decided that cunning will be more important than strength. Your task will be to infiltrate the station via a shuttle or other small craft like a harmless globfly. Also, Republic Intelligence will be sending one of their best with you on this operation. Commander Taumera. She's been fully briefed and will transport to your vessel as soon as you are ready to depart for Hakuna. I trust this won't be a problem? Nope, I'm good. Any questions? Why, yes, I got questions. Is this related to those Romulans who were working with Torg a little while back? Unlikely. These days in the Romulan Star Empire, one hand doesn't know what the other is doing, as the Terrans say. If something arises that changes our estimation of this, you will be notified. Why don't we just attack the station, you know, go in force? A station of that size would be too dangerous to make a main force attack without a massive investment of ships. And how would we garrison and hold it once it's captured? It simply is too large to easily staff, notwithstanding the trouble of disarming traps, dealing with captured Romulans, and their strange technologies. We have no way of knowing what kind of fleet might be stationed there. Perhaps nothing. Perhaps the main wing of the Star Empire's navy. We need information before we commit to battle. What can I expect there? The station is too big to cloak. Our weapons engineers indicate that scans have detected signs of Borg weaponry and Thalaron technology. Well, those are always winners. There was also some combat in that area shortly after the Hobus supernova, but now it has been quiet. Is there any support I can rely upon getting? The IKS Azatpur would remain cloaked at the edge of Romulan space and ready for a rapid incursion and pickup if the need should arise. In the event of overwhelming enemy force, of course, we expect you to either make a clever escape or die gloriously. Works for me! Okay, that's all. Good hunting, Captain. Remember, you must use a shuttle, fighter, or other small craft so that you can explore the vault itself. And you'll see that I got an extra ship slot, which is usually, when I was originally doing that, it was dedicated for shuttlecraft, but nowadays it's just another ship slot because everything takes ship slots. Okay, we're going to make our way to sales, so to speak. I'm going the wrong way. Because I want to sell off this inventory, get myself nice and ready to deal with what comes next. Plus, there's something else I want to pick up while I'm down here. I'm just not 100% sure where. Doesn't matter what I requisition, because it's not the requisition that matters to me. It's selling. And anything that is bound to character is sell bait. Although I'll hold on to this in the event that... who am I kidding? Sell it. Bound to character, gone. Bound to account, nope. I can sell that. Bound to character, gone. Account, nope. What am I using for my kit? I am using health regen. Do I like health regen, or do I like shield hardness? I like shield hardness. Sniper rifle, bind on equip, don't need to worry. That's a good point. If it's bound to account, I can't sell that, can I? You're gone too. Standard issue disruptor, that won't give me anything. I might as well sell the white items because they won't buy anything on the exchange. Bound to account, you're gone. White item, white item. Get some weapons here. Bound to character, gone. Bound to character, also gone. Photon torpedoes. Disruptor cannons. Bind on equip. We can leave that alone. I'm not getting rid of the RCS consoles because I have plans for those. Ugh. I'm an idiot. I should have put those, instead of doing beam weapons, I should have done... Well, I might be able to buy upgrade kits, though. We'll see where things stand as we go along. But right now, I'm not ditching those. Standard issue. White items. This is account bind on equip, but honestly, nobody's going to... well, they might. I'll hold on to it. Harpeng, I'll keep it around just in case. I don't really expect to do anything with it, but you never really know. Bind on equip. Bind on equip. Okay. So we have a number of stuff that's bind on equip. Stuff I can sell on the exchange, but I'm not going to worry about that immediately. Now, where is... What's this guy selling? Ah, he does explain tech upgrades. not in here. So it might be over in this section over here. If I'm correct, there should be something I can interact with around here. Unless it moved. Basically speaking, there should be somewhere around here where I can claim my veteran reward stuff. And among the things that would be involved, among the things that would be collected would be the veteran spacesuits. Unfortunately, I have no idea where it is in First City. And I'm pretty sure it's in First City and not, say, in the shipyard. Unfortunately, I seem to have run out of possibilities. I'll do some checking in on that offline somewhere, and we'll work it out. Unless it's in here. This is the barracks area, and once upon a time you'd have to come through here to mess around with the challenge decks and prove yourself a warrior before they would let you be it was part of the old tutorial. Aha! Here we are! We'll also grab the fireworks device because I can. I want 5 environmental suits. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the reason why I want those is because, well, they look a lot better. I mean, take a look at this. You've got these cheapo, disgusting, generic EV suits. And then you have an EV suit fit for a warrior. And we're going to slap one of these on each of my primary bridge crew people. I will, of course, be sure to remove them should I find it necessary to execute any of them. And just to give you an idea of what we're looking at here, let's do a quick swap. There you go. Not as clumsy or generic looking as those cheapo ones. This is the spacesuit armor of a warrior. Okay, we're going to take that back off now. Or more accurately, swap it. Now, theoretically speaking, when I go into a mission that requires it, it should automatically swap over to that armor. So, cool stuff. Alright. I've gotten what I've come for. It's time to go to the transporters and do the requisitions. And then head over to the vault. Beam me to the shipyard. We'll talk with a shuttle information officer, who I believe is this one. I was told to report to this guy. Gives me the necessary information, blah blah blah. I got what I want. Time to warp to the Hakona system. We're not even going to bother beaming back to the ship directly. We're just going to do a quick cutscene. Swipe. Okay, maybe not. Fine. Transwarp there. Ugh. Fine. It's going to make me do this the hard way, isn't it? Okay, fine. Hakuna. Looks like we'll have to take the hard, long way around, since it's apparently not going to let me transwarp directly there, like every other freaking mission. But it does have some good news, because it means I can go to the current map and grab duty officer assignments as they roll along. They thought they had me stymied, but they were wrong. As I pass each sector boundary, I may or may not see a change in my available assignments. Ooh, more marauding. Get that one. Forced labor requisition. I'm short one prisoner. Yes, there is a purpose to having prisoners. And meanwhile, I can hear my crew going, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" Be Klingons, don't whine, "Are we there yet?" I will tell you when we are there. Well, we did pretty well with getting the duty officer assignments filled up. Of course, the bad news is that I'm still 2 sectors away. Really, the last sector is not a problem. It's this sector that may be a problem, because ooh, another Marauder. Ooh, ah, what? Okay, that was just weird. I had a whole bunch of marauding assignments that popped up there, and then they went away and they got replaced. But the refresh isn't for 2 hours and 22 minutes. Ah! They're trying to drive me mad. It's working. So I'll let my, I cheated and let my first officer grab that assignment. And now I have all 20 duty officer slots working like busy little bees. Yeah, I'll definitely do some of the selling stuff offline. Actually, what I really should have done is I should have dropped these RCS consoles over at the bank while I was on Kronos. Well, this can be worked around. But I'm not going to do that workaround until we actually arrive at the vault. I want to make sure that all of our traveling is over before I pull out the ace in the hole. Just out of curiosity. No, it doesn't look like we got too much in the way of different current map options available here. So now I really don't feel bad. Okay, there it is, in the distance. And if we can see it from this distance, you know it's got to be big. Luckily, it's not V'ger big. Because it occurs to me that, you know, with my silhouette like this, I'm suddenly put in mind of that opening scene in Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Let's hope that's not an omen. Oh. just for the giggles value. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call a freighter, because this freighter should allow me to access a bank. Uh-huh. And now I can put those RCS consoles here and not have to worry about them cluttering things up, or even worse, accidentally selling them when the time comes. Planning is everything. Now for part 2, because as I mentioned earlier, we've got to do this in a small ship. So instead of using the IKS Sela, we're going to use the Sagda, which is a Toduj fighter. You know, I'm suddenly thinking maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of some of those consoles. I don't suppose I can, no. Oops. Well, you know, it was a brilliant plan while it lasted. Okay. I suppose I could grab the RCS consoles, but I'll live. How bad can it be? So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to switch starships to the Sagda. I'm sure there's a meaning to that word, but I have no idea what. My command of the Klingon language is non-existent.
Obviously, this station isn't as abandoned as Intel suspected. Sensors are reading several Riemann ships in the area, and that's just the ones that we can spot. That station is immense. It must have taken an incredible amount of manpower and technology to build it. It's almost the size of a small moon. Sensors are reading a sophisticated tachyon detection network, as well as several patrolling vessels. For an abandoned station, this facility certainly has a lot of activity. My people are experts at stealth technology. If we want to approach unseen, we must avoid confrontation and find a way to evade or jam their sensor grid. We must assume that if we engage the ships here, they'll notify whoever is left on the station, and it may become difficult to find an entry point.
Alright, so we need a plan. If only we had some kind of cloaking device.
The Riemanns are all over this system. If we start a fight with one of the ships, we'll probably have to fight them all. And there's no telling how many are cloaked here. We have a number of possible options to explore.
Yes, like a cloaking device. But you'll notice we don't have the option for using a cloaking device here.
All of the construction work out here must have required the use of a lot of worker shuttles and a communication booster. We might be able to dig up some information about the station's communication network if we can find a subspace relay satellite.
That's one possibility.
The Riemanns are all over this system.
Now, the
If we start
derelict
a fight with one of the ships,
derelict
we'll
ship and the
probably have
stellar
to fight them
debris
all.
are kind of key
And
to
there's no
the
telling how many are
science or
cloaked here.
engineering folk, but
We
what
have
about
a
this
number of
nebula?
possible- There's a small patch of nebula gases near the station. The static discharges in the area are highly intense. We may be able to cover an approach to the station by traveling through the nebula. This would be risky, because the nebula would cloud our tactical displays and interfere with our shields, but it would almost certainly keep the station's sensor grid from detecting us until we're right on top of them. The Riemanns are all over this.
Now, personally, I kind of like the nebula idea. But there's one teeny tiny little problem. I'm not entirely sure where it is. But hey, we have a cloaking device, right? So seriously. Cloaking device. Of course, that doesn't get past the other tiny problem about getting into the vault, which is about to make itself apparent shortly. Ah, there's the nebula. After all, the Romulans are masters of cloaking technology, so of course they're going to put up something that can detect
Approaching
cloaked
the tachyon grid perimeter.
cloaked ships.
If we're detected by it, that will definitely alert the Remans.
But luckily, we do have this nebula here. And once all of our shields and everything go complete, well, of course, admittedly, we're cloaked, so our shields going to pot is going to be kind of obvious.
We are now in the micronebula.
Excellent. Let's follow the nebula. We are approaching a Mutara-class nebula. If we go deeper, visual will be obscured and shields will be useless. We're going to do a little bit of an alteration on our power. We're going to go max powered engines. And the goal here is we're going to follow the nebula right into the grid. And hopefully between us being cloaked and the grid being hosed by the nebula, hopefully we'll be able to get in with no problems. Or, alternatively, we're going to get completely screwed. But nope, we are in. Stellar phenomena for the win. Let's readjust our power.
The Remans have been alerted to our presence.
Too slow, guys!
Picking up some unusual energy readings. We'll need to explore the accessible interior areas and see what we can find. Looks like there's another access conduit across from us. We'll have to think three-dimensionally in here. Sensor readings are also picking up a few scattered life signs.
Yeah, now the funny thing here is, why there are life signs in here, you can't actually interact with them. I feel, according to the wiki, you must have been able to once upon a time, but I've never succeeded in it. Now granted, just because I've never succeeded doesn't mean anything, honestly. Still, it's annoying. So instead of... Yeah, see, I hailed the shuttle and nothing happened at all. So, I don't really worry about it. It doesn't really do anything significant as far as the mission goes. I don't think I've ever seen it work.
We've tripped some security systems.
Oh, no. We're not accepting that. Looks like I am not using 360-degree weapons on here. That could be a problem later. A lot of the shuttles and all that have beam weapons that are 360 degrees. But sadly, this is not one of them. Not surprised. This is a fighter, not a shuttle. Tractor beams are going to be annoying.
The doors are a massive set of interior bulkhead doors. They're segmenting the different parts of the base. Possibly a safety measure in case something went wrong in one of the central areas. Access appears to be controlled by use of security keys. We can disable it if we can find a code block that matches part of a security key.
Very well, we'll go with Guile. Let's see if any of the debris has anything
This
useful.
defense turret was hooked into part of the security network. There's a security code in its subsystem. Code block 6750. The security key is on a rotation. Each code block matches a piece of one key. Key in the appropriate code when the rotation matches to it. Trying a code on the wrong rotation will probably invalidate that code, so be careful with the timing.
So we just have to see the code key include 6750 as a string. Luckily we can kind of speed things along.
That's it. Well done. We should be able to bypass the system and gain access now.
Open sesame. Scan the conduits.
There's still power in most of the station. Some of these conduits are damaged. Keep an eye out for energy discharges.
Scan containers.
Microgravity storage crates. Mostly construction supplies. No weapons or unusual energy signatures.
Abandoned fighter. Excuse me, I said scan abandoned fighter. Where is abandoned fighter? I keep seeing an indicator, but I don't actually see the fighter. It's gonna bug me. Oh, you know what? Fine. It doesn't want to be scanned. Leave it alone. Unfortunately, we do have other problems. One down. Variable amount to go. What was the sound of one item blowing up? One of the tiny little hazards that I'm going to run into in this mission is that I have a tactical officer manning my one bridge officer slot, which means I have no emergency shielding available or emergency hull heal. So clearly I'm going to be relying on blowing stuff up before they blow me up. Or alternatively, evading problems before they become a problem.
Above us, that's a Borg sphere. The Tal Shiar must have used this base as a storage facility and research area for Borg technology.
Alright, let's give it a scan, see if there's anything entertaining.
The Borg sphere is dormant, like it's been put to sleep. It's not the source of the strange readings that long-range scans detected. Looks like the sphere's hooked into part of the local systems network. We should be able to exit through the other doors now. Probably a safety precaution to keep them locked.
Well, as long as they unlock now, I'm okay. Open. There we go. Oops. Potential problems ahead. Love it when I work things out perfectly like that. Once we get past the red alert, I can go back to impulse. Get a real appreciation for the speed we're moving at when we get close to the floor of this thing.
Quiet in this area. Too quiet.
No, no, don't say things like that. That's asking for trouble. Now you know there's something horrible about to happen. Picking up unusual readings from the other side of that pillar. She must be whispering it. And what kind of readings are they? The bad kind. Thalaron readings. For those unfamiliar with Star Trek, or let me rephrase that. For those unfamiliar with Star Trek Nemesis, Thalaron weapons are really illegal. Really, really illegal. They're right up here with subspace weaponry.
We're looking at a facility used to build Thalaron weapons. If the Remans have infiltrated this base, they may be trying to secure those weapons.
So our intruder finally arrives at the heart of the matter.
Speaking of Remans.
Have you seen all that you came to see, little spy?
And you would be...
Does it really matter? Call me Obasek, if a name is that important to you.
It helps. What are you doing here?
That should be obvious. I intend to make use of this station to further my agenda. Your presence, however, is a bit more curious. I expect that you are operating under the shroud of Empress Sela, whether you realize it or not.
You dare insinuate that I'd be working for a Romulan Empress?
The Klingon Empire's intelligence services can hardly match the Tal Shiar or the cunning of Empress Sela. The most likely scenario is that you are here simply because there was a trail of breadcrumbs for you to follow. You still do what Sela was, but she cannot be duplicated in your actions.
The Klingon Empire's had Romulan treachery all throughout its history. I think we figured it out by now.
Your protest will do you no good in any case. I expected interference, and I have taken steps to ensure that you will not disrupt my plan.
Now, you will have undoubtedly noticed that Obasek kind of has... He sounded a little different, didn't he? I mean, he had this sound, and then with the last dialogue box, it sounded more clear. This is what comes of having dialogue recorded at different times, in different ways, and get spliced into the same mission. This is what happens when you basically try to redo dialogue for new factions, new stuff. There's a lot of older mission dialogue that winds up like that. How did you know I was coming anyway?
Do you really think I would proceed with such a dangerous plan without my own sources of intelligence? Now that we have come to this exchange, it hardly matters how we arrived here. What is important now is how we proceed. I am afraid our time is at an end. My associates have already finished loading the Thalaron weapons that we need, and I have other operations to manage. I think we both know what happens now. May your death be quick and valorous.
Don't count on it. There will be death, alright, but I will not be the one on the receiving end. All those nice explosions. Oh yeah. I don't think I've ever had this kind of good luck destroying small craft. Usually half my shots miss. Must be because of all those tactical things I grabbed. Try to lock me in, why don't they? I don't think so. Cloak up. If there's further enemies out there, I want to be the one getting the drop on them, not the other way around. Theoretically, I should be ambushed by some people here, but you know what? I'm getting the impression that they need to see me to ambush me. So I'm just going to kind of waltz right through this part. Now over here, I might run into trouble. Oh, hold on. Did I see something? Quick rotation here. I must have been imagining things. At any rate, once I penetrate this set of fields, I will be decloaked, and then I can expect company. Well, I might as well get as far as I can before it happens. Oh, I'm still cloaked. Well, this is going to be painfully easy then. Oh, and there's a Mogai heavy warbird there. There are some people who can actually take out that kind of thing with a small craft. I'm not one of them. The wind does not respect a fool. Ah! Messed up my approach there. I forgot that I was flying a ship with cannons. Hey, where are the door locks? The door locks spawn away because those vessels spawned in, because if that happened, that's going to be really annoying. Okay, decloak and fire, and get ready to run like crazy. Looks like we might have to fight our way out for the last part of this. But as they will find, it is one thing to detect a Klingon. It is another thing to defeat a Klingon. Ha! Re-engage cloak. And just waltz right out. Yeah, you know what? It occurs to me that I probably wouldn't be taking so much hull damage if I dropped the cloak and let the shields take the brunt of it. Oops. Nobody's perfect. Now, somewhere in here, there should be a Romulan bird of prey. And a fighter craft, shuttlecraft can take out the warbird. But I ain't gonna. I'm just gonna slip on by.
KDF to Opus-X plan. Once we are clear of the station interior, we can send a message by using the subspace booster satellite. Then we'll have little choice but to keep the Remans occupied until reinforcements can arrive. I suggest evasive action when that occurs. Though you may feel otherwise, I do not believe today is a good day to die.
I beg to differ. Today is an excellent day to die.
Reinforcements have arrived and are just past that nebula. We don't have much time. We need to meet with our allies and stop that ship.
I'd like to share that good day to die with the enemy. Yes, you've warned us about the Mutara-class nebula before. We're aware.
IKS Azatbur is signaling up. We are now in the micronebula.
Thank you. So we gotta take care of the fighters and plasma torpedoes. That's not as easy as it sounds. Especially since I'm flying a ship that doesn't use beam weapons. Not to mention the aforementioned problem with lack of shielding. Plasma torpedoes. Hopefully I can fry the plasma. There we go. Where are those annoying fighters? Okay, good news. The Romulans are disabled. Oops. Okay, that was almost a little bit too close.
That was a glorious explosion! Probably from the Dalaron weapons carried aboard the ship.
We are going to leave the system under high warp to draw off any reinforcements that might come looking. Suggest you return to Klingon space.
I like that suggestion. Let us depart the system immediately. And the first thing we're going to do once we're out of the system is we're going to get back to Salah. Get back in the battle cruiser as opposed to the fighter. Okay. How long has that been there? Huh. Okay, next step, gotta go back to Kronos. We can't actually open communications to do this. We've actually got to physically go to Kronos. Well, you know, I can do that. I can let them know personally what we encountered, which is a rogue Reman with valor and weapons. So, you know, good times ahead. Beam to the first city. Now, there's an entertaining looking bat'leth. Mine's better, though. Into the Great Hall, where we'll debrief with Vishka, and presumably Temek as well. Presumably. Vishka? I suppose we should expect that the Romulans would research weapons like Valor and technology. This division with the Remans, though, could be exploited. I'm sure Temek will have me analyzing data for the next several days. Drop by again to see what we've uncovered. A civil war may be brewing between the Romulans and the Remans, and we could use this as a wedge to break off some parts of the Star Empire, or at the very least, to keep them so busy that we can stabilize our borders and commit our forces elsewhere. Between Sela and this new warrior on the scene, Obasek, the Romulans and Remans are pitted in a battle between two charismatic leaders. Still, a conflict of this scope usually isn't the sort planned by raw revolutionaries and partisans. Someone has to keep an eye on the bigger picture, and we need to make sure that there isn't a hidden hand. And on that note, I think we're done here. Kapla! That seems so wrong coming from Orion.
Excellent. We need to learn more about the conflict between Obasek and the Romulans. If Sela is stupid enough to wage war against our own vassals, we might be able to use the conflict to our advantage. You were right, however, to destroy the Thaleron weapons.
Yeah,
They're the tools
that
of
was kind of an
power.
accident.
I would rather look my enemy in the eye as he dies. Klingon intelligence will be working to decode the list of possible targets you acquired from the base's databanks. The next step is to find out why the Remans want to attack these locations.
Alright, so let's grab all those nice rewards. I've gotten a promotion, which is always handy. That's a new skill point. We're going to again go to the Impulse Expertise. That'll allow me to train somebody in Mind Dispersals. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We're going to take a look at the Warp Core. I don't really see too much benefit in the Warp Core here. I'm pretty happy with the Warp Core I've got, so we're going to leave that alone. Science Console, again, I've got better. And I'm not going to use the Scorpion Fighters yet. I almost never use them, honestly, because I hate getting rid of disposables like that. But I'm not going to rule that out as a future possibility either. I got a couple of duty officer missions that wrapped up, so let's collect those. It was too much to hope for that they would get me to the point where I could level up again, but such is life. But I will grab a couple more of the bridge officer mission, sorry, the duty officer missions that are lurking here on Kronos. Battle of competition. Replicators for credits. And there we go. And this feels like the appropriate time to wrap up today's stream. Next week, we will continue delving into the Romulan mystery from the Klingon point of view and see just what is going on with those Thalaron weapons. The stream will happen next Wednesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I will also be streaming on Saturday afternoon, with Star Citizen. I'll be showing that off on 1 o'clock p.m. on Saturday to approximately 3 o'clock p.m. on Saturday. Who knows? Maybe we'll be really, really lucky and 3.15 will have landed. It could happen. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, whether you're watching this live or on demand, either here on Twitch or on YouTube. Always appreciate having people stop by and saying hello. This is Korath Landwalker, signing off.